Yo, what's up, Panther Nation? It's CPG. I apologize. I haven't been able to make a video. I've been sick. I had all kind of crap wrong with me the past week. I'm still not 100%. My ears are infected, and it's kind of hard for me to even hear myself talking right now. But I'm making this video for you, Panther Nation. I wanted to get my thoughts out there of the roster post-draft. Like I told you guys, after the first round when we drafted Christian McCaffrey, I like what the front office is doing with this roster this year. I mean, even this is the first time in I don't know how long, maybe ever, that I've been completely satisfied with an entire draft class. You know, typically it's one or two players out of the draft class that you're really excited for, and you figure most of the other guys will be lucky to make the team. But this year, I love this entire class, especially Curtis Samuel for one, which I think he's going to be a big player on this team in the slot. I don't know if or what he's going to do on special teams. My ideal situation would be McCaffrey on punt returns and Samuel on kick returns. And you got trouble on special teams no matter what. I like that idea. I don't know what we're going to do in regards to that, but we'll find out. What's his name? Taylor Moton. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. You know, the tackle that we got from, what is it, Western Michigan? I like this guy. I mean, I watched his little introductory presser after we drafted him at Bank of America Stadium. I like the guy's personality, and you know, I haven't watched too much footage on him, but he seems like a really intelligent guy. I have seen some footage on him. I seen this one play where he got out and was one of the lead blockers for a run, I believe. And he just shoved this dude to the ground. The dude tried to get back up. The defender tried to get back up. He shoved him right back down. That's the type of aggression we need on our offensive line, especially since we want to be way more protective of Cam now, because we don't want his injuries to start piling up, because Cam is our franchise quarterback. Cam is our dude. We can't afford for Cam to get injured. If you need more evidence of that, look at the very first play when we played Seattle when Cam was out. He didn't start. Derek Anderson started. What did Derek Anderson do? Albeit it wasn't all his fault. He threw it to Tolbert. It got tipped up, intercepted. So yeah. I like the class in general. I like Corn Elder. I think that was a good pick for that value in that round in the draft. It was a good value pick for the round in the draft. I think he could end up being a steal in 2, 3, 4 years. You know, it might not take him that long. I think that Corn Elder could end up being a steal. I've heard some people say it reminds them of Captain Munnerlyn, which could be a good thing. Captain's a good nickel. I'm sure Captain is going to mentor this guy a little bit. Teach him how to play like an angry little man, like we all know Captain does. Butker, the kicker, I like that pick. I like bringing in that competition for Gano, because good God, we all know Gano has been struggling more and more the past couple years. Maybe it'll light a fire under Gano's ass, and maybe the guy we drafted is good enough to make the team. You never know. He's a kicker, so that's why he was drafted in the 7th round. But let's say he were to make the team and he's a good kicker. Think about that. We'd have a kicker for years. Kickers have like a shelf life in the NFL of like 15, 20 years, you know, barring injuries. Kickers last forever in the NFL because all I have to do is kick a ball. So, I mean, just thinking about that's exciting. We got that defensive end. We drafted a guy to. Sorry about that, guys. The video cut out on me. But like I was saying, I like the draft picks. I like the draft class in general. You mix those guys in with what we've done in free agency, bringing back Peppers and Captain, and we brought in Adams at safety. We brought in Matt Khalil, as everyone knows, and hopefully that pans out, considering all the money that we gave Matt. So I really like this now that it's come full circle. Oh, don't let me forget the undrafted free agents like Ben Bulwer, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, from Clemson. I like the addition. I think some Panthers fans believe that he and Ben Jacobs could be fighting for one of those last linebacker spots. But you know the coaching staff loves Ben Jacobs on special teams and whatnot. And Mayo did play pretty well when he had to in situations last season. So the linebacking core just got a little bit better. Can't forget about Jeremy Cash. If you like Jeremy Cash or not, I know a lot of people like him. I'm not sure about how I feel about him yet. We haven't seen too much of him, so yeah. But the linebacking core, I think, is, as always, it's one of our best positions on the roster. So I'm a lot happier when it comes to secondary, because before the offseason started, I said we need to put some veterans back there and maybe get another younger guy or two. We got the veterans back there. We brought Captain back. We put Adams back there at safety. We drafted Corn Elder. So I like that. Defensive line, or defensive end more specifically, we still need to work on. We did draft Armay. There's a lot of these guys, I don't know how to pronounce their last names yet, so I apologize if I'm like brutally murdering these names. But I'm not sure how to say them. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Alex. His last name starts with an A. I believe he was the D end we drafted. He could learn a lot, though, from Peppers and Johnson and Addison and those guys. So that's a good start for defensive end. So I'm excited about that, about having Peppers back, and from him being able to learn from some of the best defensive ends in Panthers history. But we do need to get a lot younger at that going forward. But for the season being, I think we're okay. Offensive line, we should be okay. If Matt Khalil pans out, who the hell knows what's happening with Michael Orr. Like I said, I like the Taylor Moton guy. And they told him he was going to be competing at right tackle, I believe. So I guess if Michael Orr's not brain dead, it'll be Michael Orr and Taylor Moton for battling for right tackle. And I believe we also brought back Amini Silatolu at left guard. So we're getting some depth back on the offensive line, which would have been really helpful this past season when 80% of the offensive line was injured. I think the only people who didn't get injured were Rimmers and Norwell. So that's better. Receivers, I'm not sure how I feel about that one. Kelvin Benjamin has to address this weight issue, or his future with the Panthers is uncertain. And I want to see more effort out of him this season, because there was a lot of times I was not happy with his effort last year, and to be such a high draft pick a few years ago, and for us to try to make him the number one receiver he should be, I'm really disappointed in what he's shown us. But he was coming off of an injury. I want to cut him slack for that, but he's showing up overweight again. So, Kelvin, I love you, man, but you have got to try harder. You've got to keep that weight off. You're a professional football player, man. Funchess, though, I'm excited because now that Ted Ginn and the crew are gone, Funchess is going to be able to get more snaps again, like in 2015, when he balled out down the stretch. I love Funchess. I think if Benjamin doesn't pan out, Funchess will be the guy that we thought KB was. So, and Curtis Samuel. So we're finally going to get to see Kelvin and Funchess starting with a fast guy in the slot, Samuel, which is what I wanted last year. I wanted Ginn in the slot, and I wanted Devin and Kelvin as our 1 and 2 receivers. But it didn't happen. But it's going to happen this year. But instead, again, we got a younger guy, a really fast guy, Curtis Samuel, who I think is going to be an absolute beast for the Carolina Panthers. And I'm excited to see how we tweak this offense, guys. I know I've been rambling on, but I'm excited. I can't wait for football season. I'm telling you now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, the Panthers sucked last year. They're probably going to suck again this year. The Falcons are going to win it, or the Saints, or the Bucs, blah, 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 blah. The Panthers are going to be a force to be reckoned with this season. The NFC South is going to be hard, don't get me wrong, but the Panthers are coming back. MVP Cam Newton is coming back. Our offense is going to be insane. I'm excited, guys. Rookie minicamp's about to start. I think I'll give my opinions and thoughts on that coming up soon. We got a lot to talk about the next few months. We got all those mini camps and OTAs, and then at the end of July we got training camp, August preseason, then we finally get into the big show. So that's my thoughts on the roster as it is post-draft. So with that being said, keep pounding, Panther Nation, and I'll see y'all in the next video.